Up against Grizzly Brad. I've been seeing more PS5 players in the queue lately, which is cool. And they seem to be just players who have reached the PvP stage. So that's cool. All right, they banned Grumper right away. They have Volarind, Yowler, Firekoish, Calibus, Kinu, Nagai's, Zizar, and Osukai. It's an Osukai team. I'm inclined to ban Nagai's when they ban Grumper. I mean, they're running 3 water types and Vola, though, so it might not just be a Nagai's thing or a Madness buff thing, but they're probably running some of that. I mean, I can do Guldur, but I don't have the Grumper. I really like Grumper against Nagai's. I could do Guldur Pocus against Nagai's, though, and it's pretty damn good. They don't have any great counters to Pocus. No Lightning. Pocus gets weaker in Saponku, so even though I'm anxious for Saponku, it's also going to make Pocus weaker. I'm going to have to run more Mix instead. Mental types get fucking devastated in Saponku because of Digitals and Lightning both being strong against them. So what do I actually want to ban? I mean, Vola's a decent ban, honestly. It's a win condition and a half. But what's even better, I think, I want to be conscious of my reserve time here, is just to ban the Kinu, and then I can open Pocus Kinu, and they can't have Kinu, and then I'm off to my best opening, I think. Oh, man. Lots of good matches so far today. Let's see if we can keep it going. What's Brad going to pick first? They looked at Nagai's and they went to Firekoish. Could do Guldur Pocus instead of Kinu Pocus, but without Kinu and Grumper, if they ban Kinu next, I have no buffs. So I think I'm going to go Pocus Kinu, even though it's like, Kinu has to swap out immediately, Firekoish is scared. Like, even though, I'm still going to do it. We get Pocus to +1/+1 immediately. And what happens, I believe, is even if we swap both out right away, it's just like we are setting up the win condition from turn 1. And then depending on who they ban second, you know, I mean, I might get to use Guldur or Volfi can counter that Koish. So they're picking Calibus second. That's fine. I already got to swap out Kinu anyway. Yeah, so I could still ban the guys. I could ban Volarind. Banning Volarind feels really good here, honestly. I have 2 mentals, so Yowler's not a big problem. I don't think Nagai's will be a problem. I have Guldur, and Pocus and Kinu are both decent there. Even Volfi can be okay. Gaialis would be good. I mean, Nagai's is scaring me a lot, but I think Volarind is the real threat. You know, I really do. Let's ban it. They ban the Volfi right there. I get Guldur and I get Gaialis. I guess they ban Volfi because they have Zizar and Osukai, but those are both such whack Tems that I'm not that worried. Let's grab both of them, and then let's have either Yowler or Malflank. Probably Yowler in this case, I guess, because Yowler is going to be good against 1 mental. Malflank, usually when they have 2. Okay. Grizzly Brad versus Flux. Let's go. Pocus and Kinu. Let's go. Let's go. Swapping out Kinu 100%. They're going to Quetzal Kinu, and then they might Toxic Kinu as well, right? So whatever swaps in has to survive both of those. Guldur is obviously the choice. Pocus could bravely stand out and just not swap. I mean, they could double Pocus, right? A lot of people do. But how do they not at least hit Kinu once? They could just Toxic Ink Pocus. That would be more reasonable. But I doubt they don't Quetzal Kinu, right? So I think we go after the Firekoish. Calibus is not as big a threat. I have Guldur. I have Gaialis. Even Yowler's pretty good there. Well, mostly Guldur and Gaialis. Especially Guldur. So we Beta Burst the Firekoish. And then Kinu runs away to Guldur. It's a pretty simple first turn. Guldur, get ready. Pocus uses Beta Burst. Firekoish down to 71%. Koish uses Water Cannon with Synergy. So they are going after Pocus a little. Pocus down to 216 with Poison. Guldur Toxic Inks. Calibus Toxic Inks Guldur. Interesting that Kinu would have taken some damage there, but no Quetzal attempt. Going for that Water Cannon. I could swap in Kinu this turn to buff Pocus to +2/+2 like a baller. Telekinetic the Firekoish and just keep on trucking. I bet you one of those swaps out this turn. I mean, Koish could swap to what? None of those 3. They actually can't really swap. I mean, we could Toxic Ink that Koish and Telekinetic Strike it, and actually they are in big trouble. They have no swap outs. They're in huge trouble here. Yeah, they're not swapping. So Pocus uses telekinetic shrapnel. They'll probably Quetzal Pocus this turn. And it's going to hurt. Oh, they're using Rainbow Guard to dodge Toxic Ink. Okay. Fair. And then Calibus uses high pressure water on Pocus and does 24 damage or something like that. Yeah, so I mean, if they're going to Rainbow Guard, that's fine. Because they can't really do anything to Pocus. They did burn Pocus with high pressure water because of the synergy. That's cool. I forgot about that even being a thing, honestly. I could just Psychosis Calibus right the fuck here. Pocus will end up pretty low on damage, but then Calibus is on the way out. Goulder Toxic Inks the Koish, and they have to Rainbow Guard again to avoid it. And then they have to bring in Osukai at some point. It's kind of scary, but this Calibus is otherwise going to take quite a while. I mean, I could just Toxic Ink Calibus and Ninja Jitsu it and like let Koish just Rainbow Guard a little bit, because this will do okay damage. And then Pocus is more alive. I could also, if they're going to Rainbow Guard again, I could even be sneaky as hell and swap in Kinu for one damn turn. And instead of getting a heal on Pocus, it's just about as good. Let's try it. It might be too dangerous. Nah, they swapped out Koish. Perfect. They swap in Nagai's. I'm swapping out my Nagai's counter, but I'm getting my win condition +1/+1 defense. I mean, the Toxic Ink there would have been really nice, but this feels good now. Psychosis Calibus, and it's dead in 4 turns, and it just can't do as much as it wants to do. But I knew this was coming, so Pocus is both poisoned and burned ×2. That's a lot of damage. Calibus is doomed in 4 turns. Doom strats. I gotta try running Tortonite for double doom. I gotta talk to that guy who was gonna TV train Tems for me and see if he can get the Tortonite going. And the guys, I gotta write down that actually. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, Pocus is down to 82 health. They can Beta Burst it and Toxic Ink it. I can. We have Deceit Aura now, so it's gonna attack last and probably get killed by that. We can just swap it out to Goulder. That's fine. Swap it out to Goulder. Calibus can Toxic Ink Kinu. I could just Stonewall Goulder though, and then I'm setting up a second win condition. I mean, bringing in Gyalis or Yowler is. I mean, Yowler's a no-go. Gyalis is like, meh. It does have Crystal Bite next turn. But it gets hit with Nagai's Fury first and the Toxic Inks. I mean, there's no Madness buff right now, so maybe. Unless they Madness buff this turn. I say fuck it, though, and set up a double win condition now with Pocus and Goulder, because they're both viable. That's the thing. Goulder's a backup win condition, and Yowler's a backup win condition. Kind of unusual for it to work right now, but Yowler will get much stronger for this team with Saponku because of Mentals getting weaker. I have a theory that Yowler and or Momo will finally be nerfed post-Saponku, because that's when they'll finally be actually OP enough to get people really riled up. Because when Mentals get weaker, those two get stronger, and Mouthlink even. Maybe it'll be balanced as hell, though. Who knows? I'm excited for it. Anyway, Calibus down to 2. They Toxic Ink the Goulder. They double attack the Goulder there, I guess, right? So that's crazy. They completely wasted their attacks. Kinu gets the Stonewall off. Pocus is down to 33, but it's safely on the bench with Ninja Jitsu ready after it gets a clean swap in. Pocus won't come back until something gets knocked out. I'm running way ahead now, considering that Calibus is about to die, and I can throw Toxic Ink at Nagai's. If they swap to Osukai, I can Beta Burst as well. They could Toxic Ink the Kinu here. I think I'm just going to allow it to set this up, honestly, and start doing big damage. I'm ahead now, so I think we're the aggro and they're the defense, right? So let's push as hard as we can. Calibus uses Toxic Ink on Kinu, but Kinu's okay. 144 plus poison damage. Meanwhile, Nagai's is down to 51.3 with 2 poison procs as well. Beta Burst from my Kinu takes their Nagai's down to 29, and they use Beta Burst on Kinu down to 71. So Kinu's down to 50 with only 1 poison left. Can you say Sacrifice? Problem is, it's Deceit Aura. So no, you can't say Sacrifice. And that poison's going to put Kinu below the Baton Pass threshold where it dies on swap-in. Bummer. But if we Toxic Ink the Nagai's, I mean, their Calibus can still Toxic Ink and kill Kinu. I mean, I could take Kinu off and swap it back in for one more later. I could try to revitalize it, but Calibus is going to go first. Unless they overexert it, I'm not sure. Hey, Blue Pond, thanks for the 10 bits. 10 bits incoming. Hitting the wallet. Thank you very much. Welcome in, dude. How you doing? Toxic Ink. I mean, dude, I don't know what to say. I don't think we have time to sacrifice. I have time to Stonewall. Let's just Stonewall Goulder, because that goes first into the Seedara. Calibus retreats. I could have probably sacrificed. They're bringing in Osukai. I wonder if they even kill Kinu here. No, they don't kill Kinu. Kinu survives. We can sacrifice next turn after the Stonewall. It's even better. That's huge. Hey, Stone, welcome back. How is the gym? Kinu down to 21 health. Yeah, I gotta fix something. Give me one. Let me adjust one thing here. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So we sacrifice and Goulder becomes +5, +4. Gym is great, running a 5K every day and loving it. Dude, that's awesome. I miss running a lot. I gotta get some running shoes. It's just like not really in the budget, and my shoes right now suck. I'm not going fucking barefoot. I'm not that guy right now. But damn, dude, running is good. Running, it just feels great to have run. It makes the rest of the day feel so good. Yeah, let's Toxic Ink. I don't know. I guess Yowler is way more dangerous, and then just sacrifice. Insane. I might have been able to revitalize, frankly, and keep Kinu alive, but it's too greedy, I think. Too greedy. Osukai uses Toughen. Goulder uses Toxic Ink. Your babysitter would run miles barefoot years ago? Yeah, it's crazy. There's a guy in the TemTem community who does that. The healthier does barefoot running. All right, Kinu's dead. This could be the safe Pocus swap in, because Pocus gets the heal right away with them being slow. Let's try using Pocus Ninja Jitsu and staying alive here. They have no effective attacks. Yeah, I'm not trying to go barefoot, but I'm trying to get to a minimalist shoe. Healthy minimalist shoe running. That takes a long time, though. Standing desk is a good transition. But like walking around in minimalist shoes and eventually running small distances, and then one day being like totally like conditioned the way that like in theory I could have been from birth, even if I was really like raised by some fitness guru parents. All right, let's double the Osukai. Pocus will heal here. But yeah, Stone, we got club business to deal with soon, huh? I'm excited. I got to invite you to the club, first and foremost. So you got to get online when you can so I can invite you to the club officially. Until you're invited in the game, it's not official. Dust Vortex hits Pocus down to 28, and they swap in Firecoish. Holy shit, Pocus barely survives. That was insane. I poisoned the Osukai. Dude. I could swap out Pocus again. They're going to kill Pocus this turn for sure. Quetzal can kill it so fast. I could just bring in my Yowler for Pocus. I could also just let Pocus get yeeted and then just focus on the, I can get Yowler in fresh. Should have bamboozled it last turn maybe, but Toxic Ink Firecoish will kill. I mean, Yowler can survive the swap in, and then Pocus keeps him scared. You're booting up now? Hells yeah. I'm going to start a Discord channel for only members of the club, a private channel. So we'll get that going. And then I think I have 2 orders of business that I think the club can start with as a very easy way just to get up and running. Great idea. Yeah. So order 1 is I think we need to get a few people to commit to pay for one. So everyone has to... I want to have a TV trainer in the club, and I was thinking about it, and like I think the best way... It's cool to have like a shared collection, but it's not really feasible with the TemTems thing yet. So I think everybody in the club commits to pay the guy for 1 Tem a week of TV training, because I have a guy who wants to do it, and that way I can line up like 5 Tems a week of work for him in terms of grinding Tem TVs, and then everyone gets 1 Tem a week at a good price, trained up for free and leveled up. And then maybe also we can have a tax for coins, so we can like charge 5K a week from everybody, and then use that money to buy coins, because I think the coin You know, our club has to keep the coins clean. I mean, that's just obvious. I don't have to explain that to you. You obviously know why. And then I think we have our team getting Tems trained up. We have a little in-club economy starting, and we start saving the coins, which is an urgent and desperate matter that literally every day that passes by, I mean, a tear runs down my cheek for all the coins languishing in the wells. I think that's a good start. Let's see. Yowler and Osukai are their last two Tems. Yowler dies from poison this turn unless they hibernate, which they probably aren't running. So Guldur can rest. Oshidashi can go after Osukai. You're so pumped you have no idea? I have an idea. I'm pumped too. I think what I'm doing is I'm basically like I'm taking the club in more of like a content creation. Like I think I was initially like, oh, I got to try to get some PvP club going, and we can definitely do club wars and stuff, or minor club wars, whatever. And we can have competitive aspects. But I think to get the club started, it's actually I'm just gonna focus on the lulz, and the content, and like just kind of building a functional club that actually makes sense. And honestly, just if getting that one guy a guarantee of however many Tems a week, I mean, I'll commit to do 2 or 3 Tems a week, and then I just need a few other people to do 1 Tem each. And then that's like the first members of the club, basically, right there. That's like what is the glue initially. And then I think I can get everyone to pay a little extra for the coins, just as a sort of... I mean, roleplay is weird, because I think of roleplaying, I think of like LARPing, which is like very cringy to me. But roleplay in the sense of like just being silly, like the coins thing is kind of like, you know, almost more on like the creating a story. I guess it's like a roleplay thing technically, although that phrase is just it makes me think of LARPing. LARPing with like cardboard swords or something, which is a little cringe to me. No offense. But yeah, I think that like that's after I took like a week to think about it, I played through Nexamon. It gave me some time to think. And like today I kind of realized those are the two things. Like it's so good. So many clubs have become inactive, and I don't want that. Yeah, I just don't want it to hinge on PvP, because I'm not good enough at PvP to start a competitive PvP club. And I don't mean that I'm not capable of trying to recruit people for one and make it happen. I just mean like I kind of feel like an asshole trying to start a PvP club. Also, notice that Pocus here saves us. There's no way for... I mean, if Osukai is not overexerted here and Guldur's lower health, Pocus would say... I mean, here we win, but like... If Guldur was at risk of dying, Pocus would be the backup we needed and keeping it alive. Oh, it is! Yeah, see, I mean, they couldn't have killed Guldur, I guess. But, like, if Guldur's down to 80 health, that Dim Mak kills it, for example. So, yeah, that extra Pocus was pretty key. But, yeah, I think just having it be a diverse club that's more focused on fun in-game activities for people who are, like, tryhards, but not, like, specifically PvP tournament. Because the PvP scene is oversaturated. There's actually already a lot of clubs. And if they're already inactive, and if, like, most of the best players are already, like, deeply committed to some club or another, like, there's no way to recruit anybody for that. But everyone else is kind of left in the dark, so... And I can back into the PvP thing over time once I get up to a higher TMR. In, like, the long term, if I'm in, like, the 1500 zone. Let's get more PvP going already. Hell yeah. Up against Morning Wood. Yeah, Stone, hell yeah. Yeah, Shining, you can be first in line once we have too many for just Kuro alone. You can be first in line. I'll keep you in mind. Yeah, we'll have the spreads for you already. Definitely. Yeah, you'll get... I'll send you, like, each time I send you Tems, I'll send you some kind of message that has, like, the Tem name. There'll be a Google Doc. It'll be, like, Tem name, trainer name, spread. And then I'll send them all to you, and you can send them all back to me, and I'll deal with all the distribution to everybody else. So you'll just be able to reference a document and have every information that you need there. Sizemunch, Grumper, Kinu, Nagais, Cernif, Tuvine, Yowler, and Acronox. Okay. What do I want to do here? Got to put my PvP brain back on. Cernif's a big problem for this team. Nagais has not been a big deal. Tuvine can be a real pain in the ass, but we do have Grumper, and more importantly even than that, Yowler. I don't know. Tuvine jumps out to me as the ban. Call me insane. I know Cernif's a big problem. Alright, they banned Kinu right away, so no Kinu Pocus opener. I can do Pocus Grumper. I can open Pocus and see what they do. They'll probably go Grumper and then maybe, I don't know, Cernif? Grumper Cernif? Ugh. This could be nasty, but let's go Pocus. I might go Goulder second as well. Yeah, and we'll figure it out over time. We'll get the club running better and better over time, too, you know? This is like the first experiment, is just getting this first stuff set up. And then over time, the club will evolve. We're going to definitely need multiple TV trainers, and we're going to need at least 2 or 3 people for any serious role in the club, because it's a video game, and even someone like me might end up having vacation time where I'm not around, but especially like people who aren't streaming and playing as much as I am. Like some of y'all are just going to have a few weeks where you're not around. And I want anybody in the club to, at any point, be able to say, hey, I need a month off for life. And I'm just like, obviously, that's cool. And also, we're going to pull off the drill opener here. Oh, man. We'll set it up with the redundancies that we need, you know? It'll be sick. All right, so they banned Wolfie second. Makes me want to ban Size Munch, honestly. They still get Acronox. I could ban Kinu or Cernif, but I feel like I can maybe deal with Cernif using Goulder, and I can deal with Kinu using Gyalis. And Acronox will just have to sort of, you know, not let get out of hand. Something like that. Something like that. Alright, yeah, so we'll go Goulder next. Goulder next. Scare away the Kinu and the Cernif, although they're still going to pick them. Kinu, Yowler, okay. I know I need Gyalis, and then 2 mentals, we're going to go Malflank. It's okay, Kura. I'm not really talking to you specifically anymore. Club business is adjourned for now. So you don't have to stress if you miss a few seconds. Or a minute or two. We'll keep any important club business in the Discord from now on, so there's no worries people have to miss anything. Now that we've got the initial chat set up. We'll still do club. We can talk about the club on the stream as well, of course. Alright, so they're gonna... Oh, they use Grumper Nagais, not Goulder Nagais. So they don't have Bamboozle. They're probably gonna swap Nagais to Cernif, Yowler, or Kinu. I mean, I could Beta Burst, Thunderstrike. Well, they're gonna Thunderstrike Pocus, right? So what do I let that happen? No. I bring in Gyalis, who resists Thunderstrike, and then Hook Kick threatens Grumper out next turn. I can, like, 5-head Crystal Bite into a Kinu swap in or something insane. Yeah, this name is pretty funny. There's no denying it. Yeah, let's go Gyalis. And then throw the Honesty check with the Thunderstrike on the guys, knowing they're almost definitely going to swap it out. Here's Gyalis. The guys retreats from battle. Kinu, get ready. They swapped in Kinu for Nagais. That's good. That means I get to Thunderstrike. It only does neutral damage, though, and they're running Grease New, not Baton Pass Kinu. Interesting. So Thunderstrike hits Gyalis and does half damage from their Grumper, taking my Gyalis down to 187. And now we Hook Kick Grumper, and they already swapped in Kinu. They got to swap in Yowler or Cernif. Probably Cernif to eat the Hook Kick, but I can also Thunderstrike again. I could Stonewall Gyalis as well and just start throwing down the buffs. I mean, Gyalis is lit with a Stonewall. Then nothing can do that much damage to it. And Grumper is my buffer, so let's use it that way. When Kinu's banned, Grumper becomes much more of a support-focused Tem. Grumper retreats. They got Yowler in on the left. Cernif in on the right. Gyalis hook kicks Cernif down to 72. Caliosity means +1 physical defense. Grumper stonewalls Gyalis. +2 physical defense, +1 special defense. Big buffs going down. Yowler now has Oshidashi. They can double Gyalis, but with physical attack. Yeah, Yowler has a hard time hurting Gyalis. I mean, Grumper, they're going to Oshi Grumper probably. I want to swap in Pocus or perhaps Goulder. I mean, Goulder is an insane swap in against Cernif, you know, get the Toxic going early. It's weird leaving Gyalis out against these two Tems, though, because Gyalis is here for Nagais and Kinu, right? I could double swap Goulder and Pocus. Bring in Goulder for Grumper and Pocus for Gyalis. They could double Gyalis here. I think I got to do something like this. I could also bring in the Malflank. It's a rare time where Malflank is actually safe, and then next turn I can just go after Yowler super hard. But it doesn't actually sound like a good plan, so let's not do that. Let's go Pocus for Gyalis. Goulder for Grumper. Pocus, get ready. Sensei trait doesn't work. Oh, that's too bad. So you can't do the calcs? Have you reached out? You could reach out to them, right? I forget who the person's name is, but I know they're in the community. You could let them know if it's not working. They might be able to fix it. They might not be aware that it's bugged. Yeah, so their Yowler uses Show Off for +1 attack. And Cerneve... What just happened? Cerneve... Cerneve attacked Goulder? Yeah, that's what happened. I wasn't looking close enough. So now I can just Beta Burst Yowler for big damage, because Pocus is not even damaged yet. And then we throw Toxic on Cerneve. Although I could also double Cerneve. I just don't want to let this Yowler run away with it. Do I just ignore Cerneve? I hate to do it. But I guess I just ignore Cerneve for now. They might Show Off again. Or they might... They could swap to Grumper. Or Nagai's, I guess. If they swap to Grumper this turn, that sucks with the Toxic Ink. But yeah, here it comes. You think they'll add more special attack moves, Osukai, in the future? Oh, nice, it's Kinu. I thought they swapped in Grumper. Okay, that's much better then. We're good. Cerneve uses Water Cutting Lily on Pocus. Pocus down to 171. Pretty good damage there. Pocus uses Beta Burst on Kinu. Kinu down to 33.8. And here's Goulder with the Toxic Ink. That's a KO. Kinu is down. Sensei doesn't make sense at the moment. Big Cheese already has to fix Mucus and Lightning Rod on Kala. Well, I don't know then. Calc nerds gonna be salty about it. I only recently started getting into doing calcs, so the more the calculator is broken, the better it is for me, I guess. Just hurts all my smarter opponents who spend time calcing. Yeah, so there's the Grumper. They're gonna Thunderbolt Pocus. I'm gonna swap in Gyalis again, I guess. Is really the only good option, even though it seems kind of obvious. And then I could Toxic Ink the Cerneve, or I could Bamboozle Gyalis to set up Hook Kick next turn. And then I could even possibly Crystal Bite in advance of a Nagai's swap in. But I don't think Nagai's is going to swap in against Goulder. I mean, they're struggling to hurt Goulder. But yeah, let's do this with the Gyalis swap in. I mean, Osukai, everyone wants Osukai to work, you know? Right now, it doesn't really work, but everyone wants it to work. So Cerneve uses Bush, which is, you know, giving it the heal. But they're using up a lot of stamina very quickly there. Grumper uses Mud Shower on Gyalis. They got me that time. But Goulder still gets the Bamboozle. Gyalis' +1 special defense helps it stay strong there. I should Hook Kick in case they don't swap out, even though they probably will. And then Toxic Ink for when they do swap out. Okay, so Hook Kick hits Grumper down to 28%. Cerneve uses Allergic Spread to clear Evade off of Gyalis rather. Grumper uses Mud Shower on Gyalis. Gyalis is alive with 5 health. How's that for good? I don't know, that was the way I said that was kind of dumb, but yeah, how's that for good? Double Gash, I think, kills Grumper here. Or maybe... No, yeah, ×2 is better than the 130. That's probably a kill. Probably, maybe. I could sneak in Malflank here with Kinu dead. And then Gyalis about to die, so Goulder can come back in on the other side. But I could bring in Malflank. I could also just let Goulder stay here for one more second. When Gyalis dies, Malflank could come in. Because Nagai's is the only one left, and Malflank is weak to it, but Goulder counters Nagai's. I think I want to throw the Toxic Ink now. Grumper retreats. That's interesting. The guy swaps in here right into the Toxic Ink. What are they thinking? Water Cutting Lily kills Gyalis before it can attack. That's fair. Imagine if I had Sharp Stabs. It would have been insane. Cerneve overexerts and takes some pretty good damage there. Goulder, Toxic Ink, Nagai's down to after damage from poison, 38.7%. And then I can bring in Grumper. because Sernif's overexerted and they have to swap out Nagai's or it just dies immediately. Incredible! They could swap in their Grumper. I'm just going to Mud Shower Toxic Ink. That way their Grumper dies if it swaps in and we get good damage on Yowler. Cause I doubt Nagai's stays in, and Nagai's dies if it does stay. So this match is about to be in our favor, I think. Grumper swaps in. Grumper swaps in. Here we go. Toxic Ink goes first. And then Mud Shower kills him. Who's next? Leave Cernif for last. Who's next? If I were him, I'd be thinking about a concede right about now. But if they want to keep fighting, I'm happy to keep playing. So Yowler, Oshi, Grumper is a threat. We just kill Cernif last and we win. I mean, it's that simple. Like, honestly, to swap in the Malflank maybe right now, while Nagai's isn't here to cause problems. I want a Toxic Ink, but I don't have enough stamina. So Goulder is just going to rest, even though it's annoying. I could Toxic Ink, overexert, then rest to get poison damage applied immediately. Maybe that would have been better. I don't know. So Cernif uses Water Cutting Lily. Malflank down to 199. Yowler uses Savage Suplex. Goulder down to 125. BRB sounds good. Goring and Toxic Ink. Exhaustion on Goulder is not a problem. We have to just beat up the Yowler till it's dead. And then if something dies, Pocus comes in fresh to do ×2 damage here. Goring. I mean, what they're trying to do is kill Goulder, and then the guys can win the game for them, is what they're thinking. And maybe I'm being way too ignorant of that, because holy shit, Goulder's down to 61. Toxic Ink hits Yowler. Yeah, I got to get Goulder out of danger. I realized that way too late. I wasn't paying enough attention last turn. Also, Goulder needs to swap out for stamina reasons anyway. Malflank unnoticed, gets +1 speed, which is really sick. Base jump, I think, and swap to Pocus. They used Oshi last turn, but if I swap in Grumper, that just means they Oshi next turn. So we swap in the Pocus. Keep the Goulder threat alive. Meanwhile, Malflank is turning into a more and more dangerous Tem every turn, but they're forced to ignore it. I can't imagine they ignore it. I can't imagine that they have time to attack Malflank with Goulder and with Pocus. Both threatening. And even Grumper. That's a lot of counters. Base jump takes Yowler down to 20.4. Yowler uses Savage Suplex on Pocus, half damage, but it's still down to 67 health. This could be a kill on Pocus. Nope, Cernif rests. Cernif rests. Yowler down to 8%. Water Cutting Lily, though. Hang on. Yeah, we do have Ninja Jitsu. That's the thing. So, an execution with Malflank will help to kill Cernif later. So, swap in Grumper here to make sure Malflank stays healthy and doesn't get, like... I mean, this sounds weird, but basically Ninja Jitsu Yowler to kill it. Bring in Grumper for Nagai's. Watch out for fucking Cernif Water Cutting Lily. Hence the Jitsu, the Ninja Jitsu. Yowler dies. Never gets to attack. Pocus heals up to 119 health. Here's the Water Cutting Lily we were getting ready for. Pocus goes down to 29 health. That's called not dying. They bring in Nagai's. Now it's Deceit Aura. Reverse the order of moves. Thunder Strike hits Nagai's. I could Psychosis, but it doesn't work, obviously. Telekinetic Shrapnel as well. Here we go. Nice. They use Psy Surge first, so Pocus does die. Oh, no, they're going after Grumper. Talk about a lack of focus. You get that close to killing Pocus, and then you throw a random attack on Grumper. You know you can't kill him there. Cernif has to kill Grumper. They panicked. Nagai's is dead to Thunder Strike. Grumper Inductor heals back to 231. Pocus Telekinetic Shrapnel hits Cernif. Cernif's going to buff up to +2 physical defense. Pocus heals up to 81. That was odd indeed. Yeah, that was an odd one. Here's the Water Cutting Lily. Maybe they thought they could kill Grumper in one turn. I mean, they lose anyway is the main point here, basically. All right, so swap to Goulder to eat the other... To eat the last one. To eat the last Water Cutting Lily. Beta Burst, because that's all we got. They might go for the kill on Pocus, though. Who knows? I mean, like I said, they can't. They can't. Malflank will eventually be able to execute here. Pocus uses Beta Burst. Cernif has to rest. They're not running Sweatband, which is part of the reason why this Cernif's not very... Oh, no, they are. Well, okay, in that case, it's just weird. I thought they weren't running Sweatband maybe because of how little damage they were doing. Gonna get Pocus this heal if I can. Cernif uses Water Cutting Lily on Pocus. Pocus goes down to 0. Rest in peace. Guldur uses Toxic Ink. Cernif, after Poison, goes down to about 40%. 42%, actually. Bring in the Grumper, because they can't kill both at once. Did they even have to rest? I'm not sure. I guess Water Cutting Lily costs them a lot of their stamina, so maybe. But yeah, just hit him with the strongest attacks that I got. They can only attack one of the two. Oh, Allergic Spread. Doesn't kill either one. Nice idea, but Grumper has too many TVs for that. Thunderstrike takes Cernif down to 34.6, but doesn't activate Caliosity. Guldur uses Toxic Ink and does activate Caliosity. Cernif up to +3 now, but also down to 6% health. And this is the final turn. Oh, they have Revitalized. Maybe one more turn. But it's incoming. Thunderstrike. This might be the last turn. Let's see. They can Bush next turn, of course. So we want to kill him here. Is Toxic Ink going to take it down to 12% before Poison? Maybe. Yeah, we're good. There it is. GG. All right, that was a nice little match. We're up to 876. Now the TMR rehabilitation session is really underway. That was great. Well played. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was good. Yo, look at this, dude. Luma, what is that? Is that Raiken? Or what? Yo, Shining, what's up? Oh, man. But, like, this is probably my team until Saponku at this point. And maybe even past that, I don't know. I'm a little worried about Pocus and Mix's viability in Saponku, but if they stay playable, then who knows? Maybe I'm Rejuvenate for life. Maybe that's just my playstyle. Because I feel like it's more feasible given my skill level overall. It's more feasible to get good at one archetype than to actually just be able to play anything and build a bunch of teams. Had to spend your points on something? Yeah, I mean, that's for sure. That's a good point. All right. We are up against Statist. We played against them many times. They're banning Grumper. They have Tataru, Gaialis, Kinu, Nagais, Pocus, Volorend, Valash, and Firecoy. So they're running Pocus, Kinu, and Valash, Nagais. Maybe 2 unfocused? Maybe? I think here we could actually justify banning not Tataru, banning Volorend, excuse me, Volorend, bringing in Guldur first. Potentially. Well, we'll see what their first pick is, because Guldur is good against Nagais or Valash. We'll see what they do first. Less of a super swag than that one stream where you did 3 of them in 1.5 hours. Yeah, you were going crazy that one time. You were lighting the chat up with those swags. Those were good times. All right, Valash. I definitely want Guldur. And then I guess I want Volphy, right? I mean, or Gaialis. Yeah. Volphy resists Crystal Spikes is a thing. And Volphy's also pretty good against Nagais on account of just threatening Plague. Also pretty good against Fire Coish. Honestly, Volphy has gotten banned almost every match I've played today so far. But it feels like this is the good time to bring it out. What's it going to be here? Fire Coish and Valash against Guldur Volphy. That feels like a good one for me. I could ban Kinu now, or I could ban their Pocus. So they have no Doom Tech. And then... they already banned Grumper. They could ban my Kinu as well, though, so anti-Doom might not be the play. Maybe I'll ban their Kinu and just go where I'm strangely enough, I become the aggro player. Even though usually you're stuck in defense. You're stuck in defensive mode against Madness Buff. Because of the way their team is built, I might actually have the aggro role this time. That Koish is going to Quetzal with Synergy. Yeah, but it's not going to do much damage. I'm pretty sure they can't kill Volphy here at all. I'd be surprised, because Valash can't do damage to Volphy. I think if we double their Valash... I don't know, I can't get the Dust Vortex off next turn. But... I mean, I gotta put something up. I could have gone Guldur Grumper, I guess, but they banned Grumper turn 1, so I couldn't have. I don't know. Anyway, they do ban the Pocus. Gyalis is like, I don't know, it's good against Valash, but it's so weak against Firekoish and Tataru. They are running only 1 mental now at most. I could go... Let's go Yowler Malflank, I guess. Let them have the Gyalis. It's a little scary, but it might work. It's a little scary, but it could work. Tataru Nagais. I'm not going to bring in the Gyalis. I think Guldur's going to have to deal with Nagais. We'll see. Alright, they got Valash and Firekoish. I got Guldur and Volfi. They're going to Madness buff, man. I want to Toxic Ink the Firekoish, but if I know they're going to Madness buff, isn't that suicidal? I mean, if they Quetzal combo, then the Koish is like close to dead. I don't think Volfi gets a chance to Dust Vortex next turn necessarily, though, into 2 Quetzas. I think we double Firekoish. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. So Firekoish goes down to 62% from Volfi's Plague. We use handcuffs there, trap him. Koish Synergy Quetzas Volfi down to 80 health. Valash Madness buffs. Guldur uses Toxic Ink. So Koish dies next turn, but it gets a chance to clear Volfi off the board, so Volfi can't pull off a Dust Vortex. I could have bamboozled Volfi, I guess, to block a Quetzal with Synergy, but I think Valash might still go faster. So it wouldn't have worked. I could just let Volfi go, you know? Toxic Valash. They kill Volfi. The problem is when Volfi dies, of course, Valash scavenges. Could swap in the Yowler. It's kind of iffy. Swap in the Yowler and then bamboozle it for next turn's Oshi. And once their Gyalis, once their Firekoish is gone, nothing they have except Nagais is good against Yowler. But Nagais makes Valash's attacks go last, and Guldur is still on the battlefield to counter it. So I think that's the play. Bamboozle. Swap in Yowler. I think this could work. Valash uses Crystal Spikes. Koish uses Quetzaleno. Yowler down to 76. Guldur uses Bamboozle. So there we go. Firekoish dies. Valash heals. That's the problem with going after Firekoish first. My god, dude. But I had to go after Firekoish before I could deal with Valash, or else Quetzal was going to yeet me every turn. Oh, what a rough start to the match, man. What a rough start to the match. Well, Tataru can't do much. I mean, I have to throw the Oshi. They swap in the guys, but I hit them with the Toxic Ink at least. I mean, Tataru probably, I guess, just attacks Guldur, maybe with Major Slash or something. Major Slash or Stone Ball. Yeah, they swap, maybe not even to Nagais, but okay, they do. So Toxic Ink is good here. Toxic Ink is good here. Yowler uses Oshidashi on Nagais. Nagais down to 87%. Guldur using Toxic Ink. They're down to 48% with Poison. Okay. Okay. Now Yowler gets to go first, practically. I can even bamboozle Yowler. Holy shit. Bamboozle Yowler. I wonder if Savage Suplex is enough to take Nagais down to where it dies from poison. 23% damage. Probably safer just to throw it at Tataru. Even though I think it might be enough to do damage to kill Nagais. I don't think it quite is. So Guldur bamboozles Yowler. Nagais uses Psy Surge. Yowler uses Savage Suplex. Tataru down to 65%. Tataru with the major slash. Yowler down to 0. Okay. So if I bring in Kinu, it really threatens Tataru. Then they can swap back to Valash. Immediately. I could swap to Volfi when they swap to Valash. I mean, Kinu at least buffs Guldur, which is something. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell me every time you get an ad, to be honest. Like, if you tell me got an ad BRB every time, it just kind of gets annoying. Like, it's fine, you know? Like, I mean this in not a rude way, but it doesn't really matter to me if you miss 1 minute of the stream, you know? I don't expect any of you guys, like, I am not expecting you guys to, like, warn me before you leave. Like, if I ask a question and you're not there and I think you're there, I just assume you walked away, you know? I mean, you can tell me now and then when stuff happens, but if you tell me every time you step away for 30 seconds, it may be a little excessive. Unless we're, like, literally right in the middle of I'm telling you something and you're responding and then you get hit with the ads. Then it makes sense, for sure. But, I mean, sometimes I run the ads. I didn't run it that time, but I do run ads on purpose now and then, you know. Not too often. Usually during bathroom breaks, but sometimes people are like, oh, F ads, Twitch sucks. And I'm just like, I clicked the button. What do y'all want from me? Alright. Guldur and Kinu. Let's see. Of course, subs get ad-free, but, you know. It's also totally acceptable to watch the stream for free. Just get a few ads. Kinu, Volfi, Guldur, Malflank. Gyalis, Tataru. So they're not bringing Valash back out yet. If I can get Volfi against Valash for one good Dust Vortex, man, that's all I need. So I gotta swap out Kinu, though. But if I swap out Kinu for Malflank... How does Malflank fare? Malflank's okay. Guldur's crushing right now. I wish I could bamboozle or something. I mean, Guldur needs to rest. I wonder if they'll swap in Valash for Tataru here or something weird. I don't know. I'm going to overexert the Guldur. I hate to say it, but I'm going to overexert the Guldur on purpose. And swap to Malflank. This might be bad. Oh no, they use Cage. Okay, they got me halfway. Try to swap Kinu, but it's trapped. I always forget Tataru has Cage and Sacrifice. What a weird-ass Tem. Crystal Bite brings Kinu down to 18. Toxic Ink kills Tataru. Now they can bring in Valash. God damn. That's a disaster, dude. That's actually a disaster. Damn. Can't switch. All I can do is sacrifice. But it's not fast enough. Valash is going to outspeed sacrifice. That's the worst part. Damn, dude. I was playing music over the 1 or 2 matches, like, and eating some snacks and stuff, like, when I had those sick wins. And then I turn off the music and we start recording some YouTube-friendly, you know, content. And it's just like, immediately it's like, lose miserably to Madness buff. Why? Why? Not like this. Kinu's dead with the sacrifice. Guldur goes up to +3/+3 now. With the +2/+2 boost from sacrifice specifically. Gyalis double gashes Guldur. Valash Madness buffs a second time. Up to +4/+4. Special attack, special defense. These are the games that make people want to not play TemTem until Sapanku comes out. The team that this guy is playing is the reason why people don't want to play until Sapanku comes out. They're well within their rights to play it, but this is the shit that drives TemTem streamers to stop playing. I'm fucking telling you. These fucking 10,000 level Madness buffs. Strong liver? No, I'm running punching bag. I mean, Guldur's still good here. Maybe I'm just whining too much. Velosh is on the edge of death now. Malflank lives. Guldur can Shy Shield, but we can't get away from Scavenge, unfortunately. But oh, Goring might go first? Nah, they can Crystal Spikes here. Man. I can't stop them from killing. Will they kill Volfies? Well, they just got to double. There's nothing I can do if they double. There's nothing I can do. I can just try to Goring, but there's nothing I can do. Crystal Dust is too fast. Yeah, and then they get the Scavenge heal. Pulling Velosh out of the poison zone. Crystal Bite hits Guldur. Ah, man. Volfie, get ready! I never liked playing against Madness Buff, and now it's like the whole meta. Oh, man. It's been a difficult couple of days. All I can try to do is kill Velosh. I can't aim at anything else. This is my final 2 Tems. They still have 3 Tems left. It's turn 10. I mean, we'll see how this turn plays out. I'm pretty sure it's a loss, though. I'm pretty sure it's an L. Pretty sure it's an L. Not 100% sure, though. Oh, man. Velosh, retreat. Guys, get ready. Gaialis uses hook kick. Volfie down to 0. And that's the game. We do kill the guys, though. I mean, Gaialis overexerts. You know, that's actually interesting. Can I poison and kill Velosh? Can I use 1 Toxic Ink, overexert, but then kill Velosh, and then Guldur kills Gaialis? I think I might actually win here. Do I actually win this match? I'm embarrassed for complaining about Madness Buff now. I mean, it is true. Like, it's just the uncomfortable... The awkward truth is I really don't like playing against Madness Buff, and it is the meta, so it is like a little bit of a nightmare for me. But I'm keeping positive spirits, and I really should stop complaining, because like, apparently I'm learning how to play against it. We'll see, but I don't think Gaialis can do enough damage. And we're both low on stamina. It's not just me. So they're double gashing? Seems like the wrong play. Probably save up for your stronger attacks. Am I crazy? Toxic Ink is going to be the play. They only get hit with 1 poison per round. Oh, they're double gashing every turn. Is that the most stamina efficient thing to do? It's not, right? Pretty sure Crystal Bite or Hook Kick every other turn. Because Hook Kick every other turn is more than twice as strong as double gash every turn. I know, so weird. I guess I win. Hey, plot twist. Surprising plot twist. I'm actually winning the match that I was really like, oh, geez. Okay, well, you know, I put my seatbelt on. I hit the pedal down to the metal. I went as fast. I fucking... Die hard, fucking slammed that car into that helicopter. Came out alive. The key is to not flinch when you get terrified as Crystal Bite hits your Guldur and you're like, it's not gonna kill me, is it? It's not cool if you go, oh god! GGR! The TMR, GGR? I saw TMR and saw GG and combined them. Good game, rematch? Yeah, dude, the TMR keeps climbing. 904! Flexin'! Grumper, Adoraboros, Ukama, Kinu, Volfie, Gaialis, Mashuk, and Momo. Different squad, no Madness Buff. I love it. Adoro's a problem. Momo is always a problem. Although my team's decent with Momo. Mashuk is honestly one of the biggest problems for my team, and I'm going to ban it. Going to ban it. They banned the Kinu, so I don't get Kinu Pocus. But I could lead Pocus and see what they do with that. Then what? They lead Grumper? Or so they lead Gaialis? They lead Grumper, probably, actually. I could go Volfie to dissuade Grumper. And then go Pocus second. But then they might go like Volfie, Gaialis, which is kind of shitty. They have no wind types, honestly. Guldur is super strong. Let's lead out the Guldur. Let's lead out the Guldur and go from there. awesome that we're having a successful day so far today. Already back above 900. So cool. They got Gyalis and Kinu here, huh? Yeah, I think Pocus is a freebie at this point. I mean, I could bring my Gyalis as the other option. But I want Pocus. I'm willing to give him a chance to ban Gyalis. They'll probably ban Volphy. Everyone's banning Volphy today. Keep the climb alive. Today, hopefully, is climbing day. Maybe we'll get to 1,000. I mean, we hit 900 way sooner than I thought, so I'd say 1,000 is the new dream. With TMR, we don't set goals. We only set dreams. Because if you have a goal for TMR, you'll always immediately start losing. Like, the moment you set a TMR goal of gains, you immediately lose. It's like focusing on how big your muscles are when you're working out. It's like, that progress is not going to come from that focus. It's like, weird metaphor, but it's like you focus on your diet, your muscles get bigger. You focus on your muscle size, your muscles get the same size, the same way. TMR is like that. You focus on your TMR, TMR goes down. Focus on your strategy, TMR goes up. So we have dreams, but we don't set goals. Something I've learned. I want to ban the Grumper, maybe. Grumper is a huge pain in my ass, especially because it runs Chamomile a lot of the time, blocking the Goulder. Oh, it might pick again. Stop trying to smoke. Start trying to play. Gyalis, Kidu, Volphy, Bobo. Who do I leave out here? Grubber is actually good. I think Volphy is the one that's not good in this instance. Oh, they could pick a Doroboros and a Malflank has a hard time. I still think this is the play. Yeah, the ladder is chilling out. There was a few days where it was all madness buff all day. Ugh. I'm glad that's not the case anymore. Now it's only some madness buff some of the day. Alright, Goulder and Pocus. Here we go. So turn 1, they can double gash, they can beta burst. Gyalis, Goulder can Toxic Ink their Kinu. Their Kinu is likely to swap. And I would say Volphy is the most likely swap in, as it's not very weak to poison, and it can handle attacks from Pocus as well. They could go for the Momo Undermine turn 2, but that's pretty bold with Pocus on the board. But they also have Gyalis, and they know Gyalis threatens by Pocus. I think I swapped my Pocus for my Gyalis, set up Doppelganger Brooch, and then Toxic Ink the Kinu. It's pretty simple, but I think that's what makes sense here. Doppelganger life. Kiani's an awkward nickname for a Kinu, I feel like. Alright, here's Volphy. Excuse me. Gyalis with the double gash on Goulder. Kind of weird. Goulder down to 305. Goulder poisons Volphy. Volphy down to 59%. Gyalis on my side, untouched. Now we hook kick their Volphy, which means we don't get to hit their Gyalis. But I can't afford to, like... Yes, they probably swap out Volphy, and I probably want to actually attack their Gyalis this turn, but I can't afford to take the risk. I gotta go after their Volphy. And I'm expecting a swap, so I'm a double attack. No swap. Perfect. Volphy dies. That's exactly why I didn't try to 5-head Gyalis attack Gyalis. At this TMR, you can't assume they'll swap out. You can hope they'll swap out. You can't assume. Goulder uses Toxic Ink on Gyalis. Yeah, this is a good joint. This one's actually smoking nicely. A lot of my joints are kind of iffy because I'm trying to use Raw, because Raw is like the hipster, healthy, you know, natural burns, clean. But the problem is they don't roll as easily. They're good. They're tasty. They just don't. It's hard to roll them. If you can do it, it's worth it. Lately, I've been a little iffy, but I think this one's pretty good. Raws love to canoe. Raws canoe harder than any other papers I ever used in my life. But I've seen some masterful joint rollers back in the day who used nothing but raw. They sponsored the radio station I used to work at, so I'm definitely a little bit brand loyal to raw just from back in the day. They're trying to distract me from Gaialis. Like, they're not letting me kill Gaialis. They're going to swap out Kinu again, probably, but what to? Momo? I think here's where I have to cash in the Doppelganger Brooch, because I'm only going to do still not that much damage now. They got +2/+2. I got to poison this side, though. They could swap in Momo or Ukama, you know? So we'll do the rare attack split. Crystal Bite the Gaialis. Maybe I should have doubled the Kinu. Is this Momo? Yeah, maybe I should have doubled. I don't know. Crystal Bite takes their Gaialis down to 48. Wow, they hit my Gaialis down to 11. And then Guldur hits Momo down to 65%. Here comes Undermine on Guldur, I guess. I mean, I could Sharp Stabs their Gaialis just to get the extra damage in before they kill my Gaialis. I could swap in Pocus to eat Undermine. Swap in Pocus to eat the Undermine. It's very ballsy, but A, I got the balls, and more importantly, B, Guldur's my win condition, and this is their only threat they have whatsoever. So Guldur must not be undermined. Yeah, this is how it has to be. So Guldur swaps out to Pocus. My Gaialis Sharp Stabs theirs down to 27%. They Sharp Stabs me down to death. My Gaialis is knocked out. Momo undermines my Pocus. My Pocus takes a hit down to 161, exactly 100 damage, and -1 special attack on the physical attacking Pocus. That's pretty good. Bring in Malflank, because it's the best one to go after the Momo. Bring in Malflank. That's definitely how we want to do it. Okay. So Gaialis can Crystal Bite Pocus. Which means Pocus swaps to Grumper, I think. This is awkward, but I think I swapped to Grumper. I doubt they're going to read this. They might expect to swap to Guldur, but... Swap, and then also... Do I let Momo live? This Gaialis feels like sort of a bigger threat, but it's not, because Guldur kills Gaialis, so just focus all my attacks on Momo. They retreat Gaialis anyway. Here's Ukama, swapping in for Gaialis. They're trying to swap in Ukama sneakily when I'm not able to Toxic Ink it. It's a pretty good play. Sort of unfortunate that I swapped to Grumper here. A Guldur swap would have been much better if I had any inkling they were going to do this. Still okay, though. So they have Kinu and Ukama. Very good turn on their part. Well played. I bring in Grumper. Malflank base jumps Kinu down to 80%, 81%. And Malflank goes unnoticed, +1 speed. So I want to bring in Guldur again. I mean, it's safe to do so. I could bring it in for Grumper and then Malflank attacks Ukama. I could double swap back in, but I think that's overkill. We could also, like, double Ukama, for example. Because both my Tems... I mean, but they can kill... They might kill Grumper before it can hit them. So I think Grumper will just swap to Guldur because it is safe. And Malflank will Goring Ukama. And Malflank is okay getting hit by Kinu once here. Even though it does a little more than 50% damage, I think. We bring in Guldur. Ukama uses Aquatic Whirlwind on Guldur. Yep. So Grumper would have gotten devastated there. Guldur only goes down to 243. Malflank uses Goring on Ukama. Ukama down to 64.6%. Kinu hypnotizes Guldur, which is fine. Guldur has Energy Drink. Too bad it didn't happen on a turn where Guldur gets to attack, but it's still great. Guldur would be asleep this turn, but instead it's not. So Energy Drink finally activates for the first time since I put it on Guldur, and it feels good. So they're going to swap in Momo and Gaialis again at some point in some form. I think I should actually split my attacks here. Toxic the Kinu, base jump the Ukama. Oh, I could have caged. That would have been even better. I totally wasn't paying enough attention there. I just, like, clicked too fast. It's good either way, though. That's Momo. Cool, so we kill Momo here. Base jump takes Momo down to 14. Oh, Kinu revitalizes Momo. I think Toxic Ink will do enough damage. Oh, a Toxic Ink Kinu. Okay, well, Kinu's down to 23.5 and 1 poison. Malflank is now +3 speed. The thing is, Malflank will kill Momo before it can attack with Goring. So Guldur doesn't need to swap out. So I'm just going to Toxic Ink and then just Goring, because they definitely... We're way too fast. I might even be able to execute, but I don't need to bother. Yep. Yeah, Robin, exactly. Kinu uses Beta Burst on Malflank. Malflank down to 103. Toxic Ink kills Kinu. And now we're back to the other two. The Gyalis. And the Ukama. Right. Yeah, so this is looking good. Here, kill Gyalis first. I wonder if Execute is fast enough. Oh, Sharp Rain is faster. I wanted to try. Oh, maybe that was greedy. Gyalis Crystal Bites Guldur. Guldur down to 151 health. Guldur Toxic Inks Gyalis. 1 poison because of resist. Gyalis down to 9%. I have 2 swap-ins left. We'll bring in... I'm killing Gyalis first, so I'll bring in Grumper, since Pocus can survive an attack from Ukama, but Grumper can't. One more Toxic Ink for the kill, and they can't ignore Grumper or else Ukama dies. So Hook Kick hits Grumper down to 85. Not as much as they might have thought, huh? Blizzard hits Guldur down to 17. Coat keeps Guldur alive. Or no, there's no Coat on Guldur. Never mind. Coat would have been unnecessary. Ha! I thought I keep forgetting if I have Coat or I have Energy Drink. Guldur hits Ukama down to 11.5, and Toxic Ink Gyalis with the poison is dead. Good. We got him. Toxic Ink Ukama. Thunderstrike Ukama. GG. Can't stop winning. Can't stop climbing. Good shit. Aquatic Whirlwind kills Grumper from Ukama. Ukama's final stand. And then here's the MVP of the match, Guldur with the Toxic Ink. Victory! Up to 926, dude. That is it right now, man. That's the good shit. Crushed it, and that stone is just lurking me on the bench while I'm in the battle. Yo. Dude, that was a good win. That was good.